take my medicine, Mrs. Friend would find me. If I ever tried to question my teachers, Mrs. Friend would find me. If I ever tried to believe in Wonderland, Mrs. Friend would find me, and then she'd get my mother. They wouldn't let me out of the house. They wouldn't let me visit friends. Not until my delusion was well and truly cured. It felt like my entire sophomore year was spent staring out my window at the little creek in our backyard. At first I wondered if there were still rabbit holes near the trees, just beyond the creek at the edge of the grass. Then I stopped. I don't know why. I just realized at some point that there were no rabbit holes. Rabbits can't talk. Of course they can't. There was no rabbit hole to another world. Of course there wasn't. I believed only in what I saw, and I definitely never saw a fairy tale. My junior year of high school, it all made sense. I stopped believing in Wonderland. "Alice, finish your food. Don't play with it," my mother scolded me. My mother, sister, and I sat at the kitchen table. My mother was dressed to perfection, even at lunch. The summer sun glinted off her plastic sequined blouse and her rhinestone-covered hairpin in a way that made me unable to look at her without being blinded by refracted light. There was a taste of hairspray in my mashed potatoes and meatloaf. I never liked meatloaf. The idea of a loaf of meat was not only awful, but seemed silly. Bread comes in loaves, and you can put honey on bread. When I tried putting honey on my meatloaf, my mother slapped my wrist. "You can only put ketchup on meatloaf, Alice," my mother said. "Ketchup isn't a sauce, it's ketchup," I replied. "Putting ketchup on a meatloaf that's a loaf, but not bread, just makes an incomplete hamburger. In fact, the concept of a meatloaf with ketchup is just a hamburger that got broken in the factory. Did we accidentally make meatloaf instead of hamburgers?" "Alice, what nonsense! You could always make a salad," my sister Lorena suggested. She was home from college and had chosen to ignore the existence of meat as an option for eating. Salad was for rabbits, and I wasn't allowed to talk about rabbits. "Can I put honey on it?" I asked. "Honey as a salad dressing? Then it could be a salad for bees, except your salad has strawberries in it." "So if you put honey in it—" "Enough, Alice," my mother insisted. "Eat your meatloaf." I poked at my meatloaf, but didn't eat it. I had to imagine what it would taste like with honey. My imagination tasted better than ketchup. "What are you reading?" I asked Lorena, after mincing my meatloaf. Lorena looked up from her salad and showed me her e-reader. Digital letters played across a glossy screen, words so small I couldn't make them out from across the table. Lorena was taller than me, and skinnier. She kept her strawberry-brown hair straight and always wore single-shade colors. Lorena could brush her hair half a dozen times, and it would be straight all day, while I never knew what to do with my blonde curls. I brushed aside the few strands that draped over my eyes, jealous of Lorena's proud brown eyes, while mine were a dim blue. I shifted uncomfortably in my seat, aware of how bright my clothes were compared to Lorena's. She wore a button-up red blouse and a pair of black fitted jeans, while I had on my blue Easter dress, the skirt hanging over my white leggings. My mother insisted I couldn't wear an Easter dress in the summer, and that I should show more shoulder to get sun on my pale skin. This might also attract the attention of boys, a concern of hers for which I shared no enthusiasm. She also said my purple tennis shoes didn't match anything. But I liked my purple shoes. "Lorena is studying for her finance test," my mother answered on Lorena's behalf. "It's summer," I said. "She's taking summer courses online. She's double majoring in finance and pre-law." "Technically, there's no pre-law major, Mother. It's a liberal arts degree," Lorena answered, taking a drink from her bottled water. "And it's actually a macro-financial analysis test. I had my normal finance class first semester. My mistake." "There's nothing but words and numbers in that book," I said. "That's what books are